If you're looking for a laugh while cleaning a roof, got to kill some time making windows sublime, you got the right plan with Ryan and Dan. Welcome to the Uncleanables Podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of the podcast, guys. You can see we've got a change of scenery. There is a power cut down at the warehouse, so we have been forced to come elsewhere.
Our Fresco.
It's been so busy this week as well that it's like I can't really even do it another week or another day this week, and God forbid we don't upload on a Saturday.
So here we are. It's a bit of a different environment, but it's still the same.
God, I quite like a bit of a change. Quite enjoyable, isn't it?
Mate, let's get into it.
What have you been up to, big man? Tell them the news.
Shall I show him the shall I show him the board?
Yeah, no. Tell them the news. Tell them the news.
I'm on Squeegee. He's done it. He's actually got the CRM.
He's only fucking gone and done it.
Yeah, no, I'm on the Squeegee. So I made the plunge the other night. Plunge, like it's a big thing. Yeah. So I downloaded it the other night, and I've done it on my desktop.
Yeah.
So obviously you're trying to understand all.
It is quite confusing. I will.
There's a lot to get straight into, isn't there?
Yeah.
There is an awful lot, but it's all pretty good. It's all pretty good.
It's not as straightforward as Cleaner Planner. I started on Cleaner Planner, which was a lot more basic, and like you put your jobs in. You set up your like different services. Put your jobs in. Bing bang bong.
Do you know what I noticed? I noticed that, like today I was in the motor and I've done a window clean today, and I'm like, oh mate, it's almost like I should have added them. And then I'm like, it's only one job, why am I going to add them for one job? And then you sit there and you think, because I'm paying 30 quid a month.
Yeah, also you can send an email out to them in 6 months
and be like, we done this.
We worked, you're getting this email because we've done some work for you in the past, just letting you know we're running an offer on XYZ. But you're just going to lose their details because it's a one and done. See you later.
So what I want to do is now obviously the weather's, as you can see, the weather's is getting better. The weather's improving.
We're fucking lucky that it's like this today.
Mate, it's unbelievable. It's not cloud in the sky.
We'd have been sitting in my office.
My pal just came back from Spain.
He'd be on my lap.
He said it's funnier from it. He said it's sunnier in England.
Yeah, it's probably warmer in Spain though, I reckon.
Definitely. But no, going back to it is what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend probably every evening this week absolutely ironing out every single client's details I've ever worked with over the last 18 months.
Just getting them added on,
Getting them added on, and then I'm going to send them all a message for pressure washing.
Perfect.
10% off, and then I'm going to see what sort of response I
think
get.
You'll get a couple of jobs for sure.
I think so, yeah.
For sure. I'm just going to have a quick look at how many customers I've added to my business this week. But tell the people, how many have you added, big man?
I've added a steady 4.
So it is the 3rd of the month, so I'm only including 3 days here because I don't know I haven't got the board to see what it was on. This month, 3 days, 9.
Yeah, 3 a day.
Bro, it has been crazy.
Is this all from the leads? Is it this all from
Facebook.
Social media?
Yeah. So it was like 1st of March came around, it was like a light switch flicked, and people were just like the same amount of leads are coming in, but just more people saying yes. So I think it must be something to do with the sun.
Do you reckon it's payday and it's sun?
It's probably a combination
of
the lot.
Isn't it?
Yeah, like I think a lot of people have probably seen those ads over the last 4 weeks, and they're like, well, I only want my windows done in the summer months, so we start in March, end in October or whatever.
Totally,
So I'll probably get a lot of them that are signing up this month drop off in October, but I'll take their money for a few months.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
No
I mean, what are you going to get? We're probably going to get a good 6 months at least.
Yeah, and then potentially, like you say, they're in the system for gutter clearing, pressure washing, all that good stuff.
So I also talked about gutter clearing. I'm having a leaflet made.
Yeah.
I've taken a bit of inspiration from obviously other companies. When we done the road trip, took a bit of inspiration from some companies. So that's in the middle of getting made. I'm going to go over the drafts and whatnot, but I need to work out what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to go down the route of raw mail.
Yeah.
And I'll document it. I'll let everyone know. But yeah,
you've got to do a minimum of I think it's about 7,500 with raw mail.
That's fine because I was probably looking at about 15 or 20k.
Yeah.
Grand, mate, not leaflets. So yeah, 15 or 20,000 leaflets just to see, because what you kind of want to do is...
I'll be honest with you, that chair's been outside for about 3 years.
Yeah, no, I need to stop.
3 years it's been outside, I would not leave that.
Can you imagine on camera? I don't know what your kind of views are on this, but like, surely it's better just to kind of let's say your town you live in is, say it's like 12,000 rooftops. Yeah, like 12,000 houses. And then obviously say the next town is another 12,000. You're better off just doing the 12,000 for your town and then doing the 12,000 for another town later on, isn't it?
Yeah, so
rather than doing like 15,000 and then doing 3,000 of an area there, like a bit of an area.
Well, the way the Royal Mail works is you choose the postcode, not the full postcode. So you'll do, for example, we're SS6 8SL.
Yeah.
So you would do SS6 8.
Yeah.
And that would cover 2,000 houses. So you'd tick. Then it would be SS6 7. Another 3,000 houses, and then you just add it up until you've reached your desired amount. So you might not even end up doing the whole of an area, or an area might only be 8,000. You might do SS6 1 to SS6 9, for example, and that's the whole area, and it's only 8,000 leaflets. So then you might do what would the next town over, SS4, Watford, but SS4 1 might be 6,000.
Yeah, I see.
So then you're only going to do a small portion of that area, but it totals the amount of leaflets you're going to do.
I know what you mean.
It's like, it doesn't really matter, but ultimately you want to choose the areas that have got the best types of houses for what you're going for. And
how do you mean by that?
So like, for example, so you live in a flat, right?
Yeah.
Is there a lot of flats around where you live?
Not that many.
So,
but I'll tell you what I did notice.
Yeah.
There's a lot of terraced houses you got to walk through.
So you might want to avoid that area.
Which is a ball lake.
You might want to go for an area that's got majority semi-detached or detached houses.
Yeah, I hear you.
To begin with, and then attack the terraced ones later on.
Yeah.
Because you could put a leaflet out. So you say a leaflet customer costs you 60 quid. Like conversion costs to how many jobs you get back. You might,
mate. Do you know what's just? Sorry to interrupt. Do you know what's just came in my head?
What?
I'd done a terraced house earlier.
Yeah.
Walked my hose through the house, and I didn't shut the door and wash the door. It just dawned on me.
Yeah, it's easily done, mate. It's easily done.
Mate, that has just happened now while I've sat here.
So you'll get your negative review.
Yeah.
But, what was I saying?
SS6.
No, I moved on from
No, you was talking about houses. You want to aim for the houses.
Oh yeah, so you might get a terraced house and they only have the fronts done.
Yeah.
So effectively your cost per conversion is the same whether they've got a mansion or whether they've got a terraced house, because you're sending out the same amount of leaflets.
Yeah.
But if you're attacking smaller houses or terraced houses that might only have fronts done, you're not going. It's going to take you longer to get your money back.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So you just got to be a bit smart with it until you're at a level where you can blast out, like you just throwing leaflets out the door just for the sake of doing it, you know. At that point it's like you haven't got to be so smart with where you spend your money.
No, I hear you. It would be interesting as well. Like I remember when I was an estate agent many moons ago, they used to, I think it was every quarter, they would send out 25,000 leaflets, say, but to the same houses, to stay current. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's that whole omnipresence as well.
Is that what it means?
So like the feeling.
Are you juggling leads and follow-ups, or maybe you just want to accept a booking online?
ECLM is the ultimate done-for-you booking and marketing system built by external cleaners for external cleaners.
Inquiries can easily get a quote and book your services online.
Our automated system follows up with unbooked leads, helps get reviews from completed jobs, and integrates seamlessly with your website.
Our custom landing pages and dedicated Google ad management help your business get found online.
Plus, if you're using Facebook ads, our WhatsApp automation automatically books people in and sends them quotes 24/7.
ECLM will help you generate more customers by spending less time on admin.
ECLM is going to be at the Cleaning Expo on the 28th and 29th of March on stand 38, where you can find out some more information. But if you want to book a free 45-minute demo call, click the link in the description below. Now, back to the podcast.
Sorry about that, guys. We had a problem with a memory card. I haven't been deleting the video.
Well, because we're not down the unit. A good job we're not down the unit actually because of that. But because we're not down the unit, we've got an issue with the battery as well, haven't we? So But yeah, we were talking about
omnipresence.
So basically putting out 25,000 leaflets a quarter to stay relevant is that it's that feeling you get when you know when you see something and then you see it everywhere.
Yeah.
And that's just like, if the feeling, omnipresence, is you're feeling like that person is everywhere you go. So I was talking to another window cleaner about it, and he was basically saying, like, we do the leaflets, we do the Facebook ads, we do the Google ads, and then all the vans are sign written, so that when someone comes out the house, they've been on Facebook, they've seen our ad, they've received a leaflet through the door, and then they walk down the road and they see one of our vans, and it just gives them that feeling that they're everywhere. And they're the go-to company.
It makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense for estate agents as well. Because you're someone who lives in a house is always your target audience.
And also, you always need to be at the forefront of someone's mind whenever they think of it.
Yeah, and no one's really like loyal to an estate agent unless they're a friend or family member. Whereas, like with window cleaning, it's like
you generally have one.
If you've got one, there's no really reason to. Yeah, there's no real reason to switch unless you get all those like price. I've had a lot of price shoppers recently. So people that have got a quote and then they've said, "Oh no, I'll just stick with the guy that I've got because he's cheaper." And it's like,
it's almost like
I don't want you.
Yeah, like, exactly that. Yeah.
If you're just gonna like move on the second you get a cheaper quote,
that's not you're not my target.
No,
by the way.
I don't want to be your window cleaner.
No, mate, totally. I agree with you.
But yeah, my so Elliot started this week.
Yeah, how is he?
He's doing really, really well.
Yeah.
We done 15 jobs today, but I had a meeting with the guy about a roof clean at 9 o'clock. So we didn't get to our first job till about 9:30. 15 jobs, 9:30, finished at about 2, which I thought was really good. This is his 4th day, but his first proper window cleaning day. We've done a bit of pressure washing. What else have we done? Done a bit of pressure washing. We've done a couple of window cleans, but nothing, not like a full day's worth. But he did break a pot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What was it? He just yanked the pole?
So the poles, I weren't with him when he done it, but he's either knocked the pot with the end of the pole because it's quite a tight little alley that he was in, or the cables got caught around the bottom of the thing. It was on a wall, like a small wall, and yeah, he's obviously either yanked it and it's just come off. Luckily the customer was like super cool about it, and she was like, so she's planning to get rid of them anyway.
Oh really?
Fortunately, but I did offer to pay for it.
Yeah,
but I mean, I'm glad it's happened to that customer, because
sometimes they can get,
well, they could be like, that was a 60 quid pot, and like you can't argue with them, can you? You can't say, no, it's not.
Go and get the glue out.
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean, yeah.
So you just got to like suck it up and say, really sorry.
Kind of is what it is, isn't it, when you do something wrong like that?
It's like how many people that we saw on the road trip that said once you employ staff, like that's when stuff starts getting broken. And it's like, I don't think I've ever broken a pot other than when I've picked it up to move it and it's already like fragile or deteriorating when I've been pressure washing. The only time I've ever broken something is the cable got wrapped around one of those like solar lights. There was glass and it came out of the flower pot, fell on the floor.
Straight over the side, yeah.
So that was the only thing I've ever broken, but yeah, through day 4 and he's already breaking pots, but...
Do you know what though, generally, like I should imagine once you do it, you've done it.
Yeah, well, hopefully he's had to do it and now he'll be more aware of where the cables are, where the end of his pole is. And
I always say to people, I know it's going to sound really weird, so like when you do like off-road motorbiking, motocross or something like that, I always say, I know it's going to sound really silly, sometimes you want to come off.
Yeah, because you know the limits of the bike.
Then you know the limits of the bike, right? So like on corners, when people get their knee down and things like that, if you've never slid out, you don't know what the limit is. So you're always super, super careful. Exactly the same as that. Like if you break something, you know what it can stand and what it can't. I had a bit of a, just digressing, I had a bit of a nightmare. Saturday night I got a text message, one of my customers that I'd worked for in the week said, the opening gambit was, I'm not going to leave a bad review, but I'm not happy. And I was like, okay, so I'm sat there and I'm reading it and I'm like, but what's wrong? Like I'm going back. In my head, I said to him before I left, I was like, I'm coming back to finish the painting. She was like, yeah, not happy with the painting. And I was like, but I'm coming back. Like you didn't think I'm just done. Like, do you know what I mean? And a couple of things, and I just thought, oh, okay then. And I said, look, this, that, and the other, and I was like, there's no saving this. So I just said, look, I'm very sorry you're unhappy. I said, but yeah, we'll just leave it there then. But I find...
So now you're not going back to finish it?
No, I'm not going back to finish it. But I've been paid, but I almost sit there and it's like, yeah, no, we didn't. We wanted like a decorator's finish and all the rest of it. And I'm like, but why did you go on handyman then?
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
But people are like this, aren't they? It's like, I've booked in, I had an inquiry for 2 3-bedroom semi-detached houses in Billericay. Now, what springs to your mind if you were asked to clean 2 3-bed semi-detached properties, so obviously next door to each other?
Probably families in the pair of them, they know someone they know is in them.
See, I didn't think that. I thought that would be like initially,
yeah.
But then the more I thought about it, I thought he's a developer.
Yeah, is it a window clean?
Yeah,
yeah.
But he wants a builder's clean, but he's not mentioned anything about that.
Yeah, so that came in my head as well.
Yeah,
you might want a builder's clean. Yeah,
and I think people do that a lot. They omit the finer details, and they won't tell you that. Oh yeah, like, and I don't charge any extra if it's super dirty. So people do it to me all the time, and I don't think anything of it. But I notice when it happens.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, oh, can you come clean my conservatory? And I've got a set price of 160 quid, including that, right?
That's not inside and out, is it?
No, just outside.
Yeah.
Right? But you can tell which ones that have got absolutely filthy jobs because they say yes immediately.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, they're like, what a squeeze. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, and it's like, right, okay, what am I walking into?
Yeah.
But, I mean, for me, it's the same job. I've never had an issue cleaning a conservatory. But you can just tell straight away that, you know, you're walking into a war zone of probably plants coming out the gutters. And,
yeah, totally.
Or like super awkward access or something like that.
Oh, it's been really jarring recently. I'm shaking off the winter blues. But as I'm shaking them off, it's like, do you know what I mean? I just need to like push through this week. And once this week's out of the way, with the sun and the weather, I feel like I'm in God's territory.
We've got the Expo coming up though in a couple of weeks.
I'm looking buzzing for that.
That'll be good. A couple of days away. I've been talking to someone, or James actually, who's sponsoring the podcast, about putting together like a little get together. So it'll be like the Uncleanables / ECLM party, so to speak. We haven't really discussed finer details yet. I'm going to jump on the phone to him, but there will only be 4 Discord members. It's not going to be, you know, I'm not going to put the details out there on here and 500 people turn up.
So it's not a party then, is it?
Yeah, it'll be a party for the Discord members, mate.
What, 4 of them?
30 of them.
Oh, for the Discord members?
Yeah.
Mate, I thought you meant...
We're just 4 of the Discord...
Yeah, I thought you were just going to pick 4 at random and be like, yeah, you're invited to a party. Sorry.
That would be like one of them like BDSM fucking dungeon sex parties.
Where you're arseless chat.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It's funny you say that. I went for a walk Sunday.
Mate, it's been a long week, innit?
Already,
It's Monday.
I went for a walk Sunday and I see
pause. I've
gone.
Hi guys, before we get back to the podcast, we just wanted to let you know about a new thing that we've added to the podcast to help support our travels, to support our getting guests on the podcast, and just to overall help us out a little bit with the running costs of a podcast.
And in return of your support, guys, we have put together the Uncleanables Community Hub. And this is a hub where like-minded individuals such as yourself can come together, you can share ideas, you can chat, you can discuss work, all different topics, all under one roof.
So it's super easy to join the community, guys. There's a link in the description below. Just click on that. It will take you through to our YouTube page. On the membership section, you can sign up there. Whether you're listening or watching, it will be in the description of the show notes.
And once again, thanks for your support, guys. Back to the podcast.
Hi Ryan, I'm away for a few days, so I'll leave the window clean until next month.
Easily done.
Mate.
So, yeah, I went for a walk Sunday and I see a sports hall. We were recording, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, do you know what? I thought that would be really cool if we could get together. The only problem is, obviously, with the Discord, that we're here, there, and everywhere. But it would be good if we could put on a bit of a party.
I think people would travel.
And just like, imagine just had like a nice environment, like a barbecue, and you just come down and all chill out and that, do you know what I mean?
Well, that was sort of like, if we was to go for that unit we went and viewed, that's the sort of thing I would have loved to have done there.
Buzzing for that,
Just like on a Saturday afternoon, just get everyone down, you know, play with each other's pressure washers.
Explore each other's bodies. No, I know what you mean. But it would be brilliant.
Just chat shit and, you know.
Do you know what as well though? Like, I know it's really sad, but we are really all like-minded people. And do you know what? This is the first industry I've really ever got into where I'm like, do you know what? You actually love talking about bits and pieces.
I think what it is like, this is the first industry you've been in where you're working for yourself. Like, if you're, like, Elliot's never gonna get involved in this because it's just a job for him, whereas for us it's, you know, this is our lives. So we're all like business owners, we all want to do better, we all want more money, we all want to strive for greatness, and we can all help each other do that. Like,
we can, yeah. I just like it as well because like we play with petrol machines.
Yeah.
And like, I've always loved playing with petrol machines all through my life. You know what I mean? Like starting lawnmowers and things like that. I'm like,
I've got that jet wash for you to have a look at, actually.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
You can throw that on your van if you want.
Yeah.
Today, I've got it in there. And then
I've got to run it down the unit anyway. I've got a pressure washing job tomorrow.
Whenever you get a second, just
have a little look.
We're going to give that pressure washer away as well once it's up and running. I know we spoke about this ages ago, didn't we? But we wanted to make sure that it's all working. It was working when I picked it up, and now it's been sitting in the garage all winter.
Should be sweet.
So Dan's going to do like a service on it and just make sure it's...
And then away we go.
We're working, and then we'll do a giveaway for that. So keep your ears and eyes peeled. Yeah,
but we'll definitely have a get together soon, and also as well, we're looking at a proper get together. I don't know if we're going to I'm going to disclose it now. An actual weekend away.
Have we disclosed it?
Yeah, we have.
Oh, right,
on the road trip we spoke about in the van. So we had.
That'll probably be next year though now because we've got lots planned.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, listen, we'll leave it there then.
Well, tell them about it. But
when we was away,
it's not happening like.
When we was away for the road trip, we had a lot of fun, which I thought was a lot of fun, and so we said, look, why don't we kind of reach this out for other people and extend it to other people and see if they want to join us. We're looking to put together like a little package, like maybe like a weekend package where you go to like the country club, bit of gym.
We'll book it all. You just sort of pay some money.
Obviously,
we don't know how much. Yeah, we don't know how much it'll cover your room for 2 nights.
And your golf as well.
We'll do some golf. Like,
we could do
like an activity like quad biking or paintball or something.
So I was looking at that. I was looking at like the SAS training for the weekend and things like that. But I don't think it's going to be.
We want them to come back for the second.
No, I know. Tell me about
it. We're going to do something like that, though, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're going to do an assault course, but you have to wait and see how it pans out. But we've got some good ideas. We're going to do a whole video on it. But I'm really looking forward to that, actually.
That would be class, mate.
We done one for Dan's birthday a couple of years ago. So we all got women's clothes from the charity shop, didn't we? We all got dressed up, and then we done, what was it called? Tough Mudder, wasn't it?
No, it was nuclear races.
Nuclear races, yeah. So that was like all in the mud, in the water. And that was
actually class.
That was a really good day.
Did you enjoy that day?
I really enjoyed it, but I did almost die, so that was during the vaping times. And
yeah, I know. Tell me, it'll be interesting now to go back and see how quick we can do it.
Probably like worse.
The vape was holding us together.
Yeah, the vape was the glue of my internals.
But yeah, we got plenty planned, which is really cool moving forward. So yeah, it'll be interesting.
We've got a busy we front loaded this year with a lot of stuff, didn't we? So trying to push our businesses. We're trying to get more guests on for the podcast. I've taken on a staff member. Just like if you could pinpoint all the wrong things to do all at once, we're probably doing them all.
Busy, yeah, mate. It's getting busy. Do you know what though? Like when something happens, and I don't know what's going to happen. Either the business is going to take off, or this channel is going to take off, or something. But when it does, and we got a little bit more time, because we can drop things. Like we'll trim the fat when we know what works. We're going to look back and go, how did we juggle everything at once?
I think we'll do more.
Do you reckon?
I don't think we trim anything.
No, I mean trim the businesses and just carry on with this.
just be celebrities.
Yeah.
Just do personal appearances.
Yeah. Oh, mate,
we'll come to your house and record an episode with $5,000
in your living room.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we'll do more.
It's interesting.
Like anyone successful, they don't get more time back, do they? They get less time.
Well, that's what they buy, innit? Ultimately, that's what rich people buy.
Yeah, I mean, it gets to a point where you can start saying no. But realistically, if we're doing the podcast, that's 1 day a week. potentially 2 if we've got a guest. Then business is 7 days a week. Plus you're trying to grow, so you need an 8th day of the week to do your Facebook and reply to leads and all that good stuff. But it's I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't not do it.
No, I know what you mean. Going back to Elliot, which is your new employee. Going back to Elliot. Yeah. What's the plan for? I know you said 3 months in the motor with you. Yeah.
So the 3 months isn't necessarily to. It's a multi-pronged attack, right? So the 3 months covers. He's going to be better than if I sent him out after 2 weeks. After 3 months, he's also going to have visited every property.
Yeah.
So there's less likely to like miss a window, or he already knows the layout of the houses, unless from that point when he gets new ones. It also gives me 3 months to take on more work, because it's like if he went out on his own now, he's not going to be full every day.
So I think you took him on quite early.
I did, yeah.
So what's your turnover now?
We're probably about 130 now.
130?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Because it was about 120, and I've added probably 10 grand a year's worth of work in the last 2 months. Yeah, so around 130. But now that I've got him...
Hang on a minute, how many customers have you added in to make 10 grand's worth of work?
62.
So are you speculating that they're going to have their pressure driveways done?
No.
Or is that just from window cleaning?
10 grand a year's worth of work.
Okay.
I'll get the exact number. I'll show you after the podcast, and I'll show you how it breaks it all down.
Because I was thinking about this the other day, and you can service your customers now, can't you?
Yeah.
So what point... Okay, so like, how does your week look now then, as opposed to Elliot going out on his own?
It won't look a lot different. So when he starts going out on his own, it'll be a case of he might do the 15 jobs we've done today, but I might go out and do a pressure washing job or 2 gutter jobs on top of his 15 windows.
Yeah.
So it doubles the amount of time in a day that you can earn money. The plan, I obviously, like, you got to work out as you go along, and it's you all best laid plans, don't they? He's going to be doing windows, gutters, soffits and fascias, conservatories. He might do the occasional bit of pressure washing if it's like a maintenance job or whatever, but I'll do the bigger jobs and first cleans. I'll probably do first cleans just because I'll have more time to do it, rather than trying to fit it into 17 jobs he's got to do and a first clean. You might turn up and it's just absolutely green, and takes him an hour, which obviously is going to affect getting the rest of his work done. So I'll probably do first cleans, and then they'll get added into his workload. But like you say, that's the plan at the moment, whether it goes to plan or not. But he wasn't meant to start until after the expo. But his job
just so
happened, and I just said, look, start now. We'll make it work. I've got his money for this month put aside, so we're good for this month. He's got a job for the next 4 weeks, no issues. And then, if I can carry on adding the customers I've added in February, which is like not a great month for customers. We added 51 new customers, and I've added 9 in the last 3 days. It's like
You're already on target for a better month.
I'm already on, like, what's that, 20% on my way on the way to hitting February's on day 3. So if I can do just what I've done in February for every month between now and 3 months' time, we just hit about 200 customers, then we'll be on 350. That's going to be about ready for him to go out on his own.
Is that how many you got now? 200 customers?
Yeah, we started on 153, and we've added, so out of those 60 customers that we've added, or 62 customers, some of them obviously one-offs.
Yeah. Would you rate 10%?
Probably not that high, but a couple have dropped off.
Yeah.
I had one cancelled today because I left the windows wet last time. So she didn't bother calling me. She's an every 8-week customer. So I cleaned like start of January.
She probably doesn't know that you use a water-fed pole.
Except the picture of me holding it when you inquire. But yeah, it's going to happen. You can't argue them all. You just say, like, I'm really sorry, I'll cancel you off. So that I had one cancel first clean. So out of those 62 jobs, I've had one person tell me I've done a bad job, and she doesn't want me back. So I think it's highly unlikely I've done a bad job. I think she just didn't want to pay for the one-off fee.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
So yeah, that was like another one. So there's been a few that, you know, that have just been difficult.
So your growth is, I mean, yeah, I reckon by Expo you'll be there.
I mean, if you could add 50 a month, every month, you're adding 600 a year. You know, that's a van every 18 months.
That's incredible, isn't it?
Really. Well, no, less than that. A van every 10 months or so. That's a van and new staff every 10 months. That's good growth, I think. And then as you grow, you could sort of double down, try and add 75 a month or 100 a month, and go from there. So, but like you say, whether it goes that way or not, you can't. I mean, I would love to be able to say confidently that we can get 50 new customers a month, no issues. But I was aiming for 20 a month when I decided to take him on, and it was still going to be early to take him on. Like, there was no two ways about it. It was going to be difficult for the first few months. But the idea was, with him, I can get 1.5 times as much work done a day. So we can go from 500 quid a day to sort of 700 quid a day. If we do have a 500 quid day, we're finishing at 2. We can then spend an hour delivering leaflets. So I've ordered 800 quid's worth of leaflets as well.
Well, how many's that?
So I've got 5,000 folded ones. They're just going to be for like generic areas. And then I've got 5,000 slips that say, like, we're cleaning one of your neighbours, and we'd love to register around. And they're just going to go out to, you know, 5 houses either side of ones we're working on. If we've got time, we might do the whole road.
You're going to aim for do 5 houses each side of the windows you clean?
Yeah.
Mate, that would be incredible to know the response.
Because if I can just add 1
or 2 local
out of them, it's like, for Elliot, who's got a target of 500 quid a day, if he can do 2 jobs every time he stops, that makes his job 10 times easier.
Yeah, totally.
And then he can then get commission.
Do you know what? I will say, people sleep seriously on knocking doors that you're already there.
Yeah.
And speaking to neighbours that, you know what I mean, when you're already there.
Because I think that's the key.
You're already doing, it's like, I know it sounds silly, bruv, you're already there.
Yeah.
You're already there.
The key to getting £500 days is
totally
less than 2 minutes.
Totally.
Less than 2 minutes between each job.
And it's like, they talk about vertical integration, yeah? And I know it's like, I'm probably using it in a weird way, but that's the best integration you're ever going to get. The van's already stopped.
Yeah.
Like them, that 8 house perimeter, 4 or 5 8, you know what I mean?
Even just 2, like, if you think it take you 15-20 minutes to clean 1, it take you half hour to clean 2.
Yeah.
Or 20 minutes, depending on
exactly
if they're semi-detached. So I had a job. I actually don't clean the one on the right anymore, but it's effectively one big house, which would take 20 minutes, 25 minutes, because you can start on one side and just do a circle. You're not like doing one and then pulling it out and doing the other. It was set up perfectly, and if you can just do that, obviously with every job is, you know, the dream, but if every time you stopped you're doing 2 instead of 1, it would change the whole business massively.
Yeah, totally agree. That is the absolute goal. That is the absolute dream.
But now that I've got him, so I mean, it's stuff that I should have been doing anyway, but I was too busy working, and when I finished work I want to go to the gym, or I need to get my hair cut, or I've got to pick Ruby up from school, or I've got to come home and do a load of admin, and it's like, I ain't got time to do an hour's worth of leaflet dropping. But now that I'm paying him,
he can do it.
I still haven't got that time, but it's like, I'm paying you anyway.
Yeah, massively.
So the fact that the money's leaving my account is forcing me to go and do it. And I think, I mean, even if we deliver all 5,000 of those leaflets and get 2 jobs, it'll be worth it. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
I think if you genuinely knock on, if you can put the face with the leaflet, I think it goes further.
Yeah,
personally.
yeah. If we've got time, we will be door knocking.
Yeah.
But like, if it's like 15 jobs, you can't door knock 5 jobs.
You ain't doing it.
Yeah,
No,
5
just
hours
sling
is
them and go.
just throwing them in there. I'm not going to bother door knocking new build estates. They're just going to get leaflets, because I feel like they're probably getting 3 door knocks since they've moved in a week.
Yeah, totally.
So it'll be a case of, we'll just throw the leaflets in there.
Yeah. Hope for the best.
If we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. But they've got to go out. And then by the time he's out on his own, I think I'll probably do like a big leaflet drop at some point as well.
You're cold, son, isn't it?
I'm freezing my tits.
Should we leave it there?
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Go on, see us out.
Guys, thanks for watching another episode of the Uncleanables. Ryan is freezing cold, so we're going to go. And remember...
Stay cleaning.
As she was talking, I